Problem with working outside is there's bugs and there's noise pollution, and that is okay. We're just gonna go with it because it's too hot outside to be in the sunshine where the lighting is actually nice. We are in my back front yard and it backs along a really busy street, so pardon the sound, but sorry, not sorry. The background's just too nice. Hi, good morning. It's Karen, and where have I been? I have been somewhere. I went back to work after my maternity leave, and it went really, really well. And at the end of it, at the end of my 3 months, I decided to resign. So I am no longer working at the school that I was working at, which is fine because I had a 2.5 hour commute every day, Monday to Thursday. It was too much. It really was too much. I did enjoy the fact that I was getting lots of audiobooks consumed, but I did not like the fact that I could not spend that time with my daughter. So I made the really tough decision. I resigned. I am now here, going to search for some new work come late August, try and get in the school district here. For those of you just joining us, I am a music specialist working specifically in elementary. I started in high school, but now I'm elementary. I also like reading, so that's why I've created this channel, because I want to discuss books that I read. I have been a booktube consumer, watcher, lurker since like 2013. Always wanted to make my own channel, finally made my own channel. Then went back to work and realized, it's too much work to work and be a mom to a 1-year-old. So one thing had to give. It was the videos, and that's okay because they are back. So my reading has continued. I kept reading, as I said. I listened to so many audiobooks, explored so many thrillers, so many mysteries, kind of just taking in the stuff that I knew would be a bit less dense because I was sleep deprived and everything was out of whack, and it just was easier to take in those more fluffy popcorn books. That's what I call them. They aren't the ones necessarily that do the most thinking, but they are the ones that keep me reading. So I enjoy my popcorn books. I participated in April in the ILYA Magical Readathon over at G's channel. She explains everything. You've probably already heard of it before, but I was going for the Mathemagician, and I got it because I read the 4 books that went with the 4 prompts. Coming up in August will be the autumnal equinox, and that is like a second semester, I guess, and you read with different challenges and you try and aim towards the goal. I'll explain it more when we get there. As I already mentioned, I kept reading. I read about 24 books in between March and now. 25, I just finished one yesterday. And 10 of those were audiobooks. So almost 50% of my reading was done through audiobooks. And I don't listen at 1 time speed. I listen at about 1.7 on the Libby app, and that seems to be my niche. I have to listen to less when the narrator is a British narrator. All right, challenge updates. I have found 2 series for my midsummer quest. My midsummer quest was to try and find a cozy murder mystery series that follows some kind of an inspector of some kind, because I think that's what I really like, and kind of gives that English countryside vibes, kind of like the TV show Midsummer Murders, which was one of my favorites way back when. And I found 2 series, and unfortunately both series are stopped at 2 books. The first one that I found was Gillian Macmillan. She does a Jim Clemo is the inspector, and the first book is called What She Knew, and it's all about a child gone missing, and I don't particularly like children gone missing. but I had to listen to this one and find out what happened, because that's the problem with the thrillers. Even if you don't like them, you really want to know what happens in the end. So I listened to that one. I liked it enough. It was like a 4-star, enough to continue on to the next one, which was called Odd Child Out. And that one was a little bit tougher. It was about 2 kids, 2 teenage boys, one of which is a Somali refugee, and the other one is a kid battling cancer. And it's all about their friendship. And one of the kids pushes the other kid in the water. And it becomes sort of like this racially charged discussion, and it just hits so hard. That one, 5 stars, highly recommend. Like, you could probably read it without having read the first one. I mean, there is some context because it's a continuation of a series, but you could probably read it separately if you weren't interested in children gone missing. Okay, the second series is the Thursday Murder Club. I knew this was going to be fun. Okay, they're not inspectors. One of their perspectives is an inspector, but it's mostly perspectives of these retirees in this retiree community. They're like 65 plus. Most of them are like almost 80, and they are adorable. Think Murder, She Wrote. And instead of just Angela, because I can't remember her name, Jessica. Instead of just Jessica, it is like 4 Jessicas. There are 4 retirees that absolutely love solving mysteries. So let's see if I can remember them. Ibrahim, Rob, Joyce, and Elizabeth. The first book follows more Joyce's narrative. Joyce has these cute little diary entries, but we do get to see the perspectives of other people, and it follows their POVs. And then the second book follows more Elizabeth's. And I think because I enjoy Joyce a bit more, she's like that happy-go-lucky, everybody's grandma, I liked the first book a lot more, and that was Thursday Murder Club. The second book was called The Man Who Died Twice. It follows more Elizabeth's side. Elizabeth, she is like this hard-hitting, businessy woman, highly manipulative, but she's had a past life where she definitely has all those skills mastered of solving crimes and finding out information. I really enjoyed the second one. 4.5 stars, amazing. So I'm going to be continuing both of those series for my midsummer quest. My wine books, these were ones that Kayla over at Books and Lala, she ranked a bunch of the thrillers that she's read based on drinks. And she called the wine category the mom category. And I thought, well, I'm a mom and I'm pretty new to the thriller genre, so why not start there? Well, I must say, I'm not a wine drinker, and I think this category was probably not the best category for me to choose. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to keep trying some of these books, but I might venture into some of her other drink categories. From her wine section, I read The Death of Mrs. Westaway. I liked it. That's another Ruth Ware. And I read The Nanny by Gillian McMillan, and I really enjoyed that. It was probably like a 4-star. And the thing that I liked the best about it was it introduced me to Gillian McMillan, which led me to Jim Clemmo, which led me to finding that series. Okay, let's see if we can continue. All right, I continued on reading books that were in my Moon Review series, Review to Come. I tackled a bucket list book, my tome book, and one of my top 10 books to read of the year. It was like all in one. Dude, guys, I read, well, okay, let's clarify. I listened to like 90% of Moby Dick. I read about 10%. All of these little tags are tags that I want to go back and actually read properly with my eyeballs. I would read this book again in a heartbeat. Oh my God, this was amazing. Holy cow. Love letter to the whaling industry. The writing is beautiful. I think I read somewhere that Herman Melville was reading exclusively Shakespeare while he was writing this. You can tell, absolutely. There are stage directions in this and just turns of phrases that are just divine. Oh my goodness. I would read this again. Maybe I'll make this my book for next year because it is incredible. Incredible. If you ever get the chance to read this or even just listen to it like I did, it is fantastic. Like I said with Thomas Hardy can make sheep sound interesting. I would say Herman Melville can make different types of rope interesting, different categorizations of whales interesting. You know you have a good writer when they can take incredibly dry stuff and make it palpable, but not only palpable but beautiful while they're doing that. Mind blown. Mind blown. You know what? If this whole year was a write-off and I had only just read Moby Dick, so be it. It was like probably, it's going to be like in my top books of the year for sure. So I think that's mostly my update and where I'm going to be at. I have been sitting down with my husband and brainstorming the crap out of all of the things that I want to do. I just want to do so much. I want to share the farm. I want to do reviews. I want to do more vlogs. I want to share what we have on this property. I want to share what I've read. I want to do reviews. I want to just go for it, and I'm really, really excited. I just really want to go for it. More editing, get my editing game on. All right, my fluffy whites are going back down for a nap, and I am almost finished my tea, so I'm gonna call that a wrap, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Big truck driving by.